Hello. We invited you here as an entrepreneur to share a few words regarding the research we're doing on migration and the education of migrants in AI technologies, subtitles by author Wolf. Let's introduce ourselves first and say a few words about who you are, your name, and tell us which organization you represent, along with some other questions that will gradually unfold during our time together.
Good evening first. Hello. 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 Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. 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 I'm a social entrepreneur. Our business is a social cooperative enterprise aimed at integrating individuals with special abilities from vulnerable groups. We provide a safe work environment for skill development and future employment from vulnerable groups, regardless of gender, age, or any health issues they may have. We try to integrate them into a work environment that is safe and supportive, especially for the younger ones, so they can gain skills that will help them secure employment in the future.
Can I ask a question? How many employees does your company have? Is it up to 50 employees or more? Is it a small or medium-sized company?
It's a small company generally focused on small businesses aimed at employment rather than profit. It's labor intensive, not capital intensive. This constantly gives us the opportunity. Thank you. We have relationships among ourselves that consistently and steadily grow, foster, and nurture as our connection with the market increases. As we receive tasks, our goal is not to increase our profit and capital, but to increase job positions.
At this point, remind us, or rather tell us, because you haven't mentioned it yet, in which sector your company operates. What exactly does your company do?
Our company mainly deals with the maintenance of green spaces. We create therapeutic gardens in hospitals to improve accessibility and the ecosystem for visitors and patients. In hospitals and in other public spaces that are abandoned, on the one hand, on the other hand, to create therapeutic gardens that enable us to be in the presence of these spaces, the sensitive spaces that are also sponsored, a better ecosystem, more pleasing to the visitor, more thanks to the patient, and our situation fits into that.
Since our time is limited, tell me about 3 farms. Do you use AI technology, artificial intelligence, in your company? And at what stages?
We are in the early stages with what started because it enables these children, the young and the older ones who left little to become familiar with technology. It gives them the ability to find solutions, to find answers to issues that many would have to search for and then synthesize to get a clear response. So, for example, we can say what in their shortcomings, let's say, for 3 sectors that you are involved in, because it's about integration. The people are coming in for integration initially, and to learn, obviously, and to learn, and then to become actively involved in the agricultural sector and in green maintenance. There's a vast and comprehensive field of information that is very difficult to acquire, and it takes a lot of time to gather it. Consider that it is 2 years of training to get the information that they need to be able to function. If they utilize this technology, as we observe, they get information much faster in a very structured and targeted way, and this helps solve their problems and answer their questions. This way we move forward and bring my 40 years of knowledge closer to the knowledge of those who are just starting out.
And of course, I don't understand how all this knowledge and experience you have has been accumulated within AI technology, and through this technology, their education is progressing automatically. I noticed that too, and I am indeed learning as well.
Let's see this too, and examine it in more detail.
Let's now take a moment to ask a question about the migration issue. Do you have any children who are migrants, whether they are documented, undocumented, or have been here for a long time? Tell me.
This program provides support and resources to people from vulnerable groups, ensuring they get the help they need. 50% of these individuals are migrants, economic migrants. We also have economic migrants who are typical.
How many migrant people are contributing?
Out of the vulnerable groups, out of 8 individuals, 5 are migrants. Migrants from various European countries in Europe, from various regions, from Albania, Romania, and Bulgaria, typical. And Romania and Bulgaria, typical. Again, there are 2 who have not yet integrated into the processing and relationships, but they are in the waiting phase.
What ages are these people who have come?
The age range of attendees is quite broad, mostly coming from 18 up to Malori, and includes individuals who are typically between the ages of 48 years old up to 40 years old. Mainly, they usually come around here quite often. Some came, and indeed, to be clear, we had some who were 48 and 52 years old who I hired for various reasons.
So let's point out, just to make it a bit clearer, you use migrants for agricultural work, right? So for gardens. And what else exactly?
Mainly it's for agricultural work, gardens. Thank you very much. Some become drivers. Yes, because they have the qualifications in some contracts that we need and in recycling. They also work in the recycling of plastic bottles.
And operators of submachines.
Machine operators, yes, and machine operators. Thank you.
So we have these workers who are in various sectors and who are in non-specialized and unskilled labor.
And if it's specialized personnel, most of them belong there.
What is the educational level of these people in terms of their background, roughly speaking?
Let me tell you, they start from elementary school, basic education, and we have up to high school graduates. So, good for you, of course. Most of them are high school graduates. And of course...
So let me ask a very important question and say, how truly important diversity and inclusion of these migrants in your company's workplace is?
I think it's very important because they bring skills in various areas, especially in different crops and in relation to nature, maintaining green spaces, etc., or ease of use of various tools that they provide us, and increased creativity, thoughts, new ideas, I would say an innovation that encourages our goals, which are therapeutic gardens, the creation of therapeutic gardens in hospital spaces, providing various answers and solutions to issues.
And it also improves your company's image. That's right. Let's continue with our interview. Thank you very much for coming here today. And can I ask what advantages you have specifically noticed in your experience from the presence of such individuals with a diverse background that you have personally observed?
Look, we have individuals who were hired for the first time, and for the first time in common regenerative employment. Their enthusiasm and progress are remarkable, aided by technology, which provides quick access to necessary information. Technology is at their fingertips, facilitating rapid evolution in relational theory. They have it at their fingertips whenever they need it. And so with the enthusiasm they show, they evolve at a very fast pace, moving into the area of relational theory within the space.
Thank you very much indeed. I would also kindly like you to please tell me specifically what the challenges are. What challenges in particular did you and your company face with the inclusion of such individuals? Did you find any obstacles, some cultural differences, any problems in their integration into work, difficulties in recognizing their certificates? What exactly do you see in these problems?
The difficulties haven't come from these people. They've actually come from the large bureaucracy and the challenges of the services. Yes, we had to wait until some results came out, or even during the integration into programs, because this integration is so difficult due to the bureaucracy that exists, which really creates an enormous additional burden. And this, in their integration into programs, because this integration is so difficult due to the bureaucracy that exists, which really creates an enormous additional burden on our shoulders so that they can work.
You help with this guide, assistance and support. You help in building this and supporting your employees.
We are 5 agronomists within the social enterprise. Our employment is also shared. As you share, no. We are trying to help solve these bureaucratic issues, but also in the field, in employment, because it requires protection. It involves risks in their personal protective equipment, in the use of tools and machinery. It requires continuous monitoring until they understand and perceive them. What are the risks from there and how do we deal with them?
Your company aims to hire more people the next decade.
Those who know our work, those who certainly know and trust us.
To focus a little bit more on immigration, we could certainly, and without a doubt, do some training together so that we can, in order to bring in some people to work with modern AI methods.
I believe that this technology will help a lot more as I see it. Kids from vulnerable groups, especially young people, to integrate significantly better because they will integrate more effectively and efficiently and seamlessly into society and our workplace. They might be able to improve with the skills they have to break free from the isolation they experienced and come out with more dynamism and confidence. They may gain confidence using this technology. That's why we've integrated our technology.
Since you need to explain to us for what purposes you use artificial intelligence, do you believe that training in artificial intelligence is important? And if so, do you provide any relevant training on this?
Unfortunately, no, because our finances don't allow for more. We provide training in collaboration with a public vocational training institute covering the labor costs, even though it's in education. So we participate in the training and they want to have it. This is a project for education that I believe should be taken on by these public vocational training institutes, which either privately anyway, where the kids are trained.
I can't really ask you good questions about whether you'd like to subcontract to another social cooperative because you're already a social cooperative, you know how it works. And of course, you'd want to participate in another entrepreneurial initiative.
Of course, we need to be entrepreneurial, and we definitely want collaborations because in the social economy, solidarity and cooperation are key. Gentlemen, the main is that can be supported. So we want to collaborate with another social enterprise that has more experience and knowledge in this area so that we can create a win-win situation regarding the services we provide.
Some other suggestions you might perhaps want to make for the recruitment of individuals with a migration background.
They should be better trained. and the state should provide training in technology. Of course, the state can provide training, basic training. It's not just about learning the language, it's about jobs like the ones we have, which don't require good language skills. Think about it. I work and interact with deaf children without being able to speak, so this technology helps you. Good speech in the language. Think about the fact that I work and interact with deaf children without being able to speak. So this technology helps you. So technology helps because it can be in any language, and any information we provide can be understood immediately. They can grasp what we want right away and how we can find a topic that we have in front of us.
So, to wrap things up slowly, after your update on the program we're running, and since you are partners, of course, a European partner, would you like to receive information about this program, how it's running, and whether you might employ some individuals after they are trained together?
Of course, it would be our pleasure to have a collaboration at this level because it would also give us a greater boost to convey messages to society that encourage the employment of vulnerable groups of migrants. They mainly, in other cases, didn't participate in the workforce at all. While I personally observe, and those of us who are involved, that it's a strong potential. It has truly impressed me and can be utilized without any hesitation.
And to be trained.
And to be trained clearly by utilizing this technology, faster training than traditional methods and with better results, quality in our work, because let's be honest, we demand quality beyond sensitivity. What kind of people we employ is what the client asks for, whoever they are, whether public or private. They want a certain quality in the services they receive.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Happy holidays. Thank you. Thank you for your information, and we'll get back to you. Thank you.